I've split this video up into chapters, so if you want you can skip to the part you are struggling with. Firstly, doors 100 to 142. This section is mainly an introduction to all the game mechanics, showing all the changes. Rush will now flicker the lights and cause the ground to shake. If the ground only shakes, it is a fake. However, if the lights only flicker, it is quite likely that a rumble will occur a few seconds later. This is a real. You will also need to deal with the gloom bats. They will attack you if you hold any light source, will put out glow sticks after a few seconds. And if you step on these big eggs, they will damage you and spawn more gloom bats. However, these eggs are safe. Also, they do not attack you if you hold a laser pointer. It can shine a far distance but doesn't light up much. You will also need to deal with eyes during this time. He can now teleport. Do note that he tends to teleport more close to the exit door of the room, which can be useful when dealing with dupe. On the topic of dupe, he can now attack in dark rooms. However, his rumbling sound is quite loud. It is a normal volume in light rooms, but this will get quieter as we progress. You will also encounter giggles during this time. They will hang on the ceiling and jump scare you if you walk under them, dealing damage to you. You can temporarily deactivate them by shining any light source except for lighters and strap lights in their eyes, or throwing a glow stick at them. There is also Screech. He can spawn anywhere in the mines but gives you much more time to find him. There are also fire damp rooms. Do not turn on a lighter here. You will explode. Any other light works fine. Also, if you stay too long you will suffocate and die. However, there is one very important mechanic that is new to their mines. Hide now stays in your last locker, attacking you and not letting you hide for a while. So if you get out and want to get back in, you will need to switch lockers. One entity which is likely to spawn during this time is Halt. There are now 3 paths, with only one being correct. If you see this sign, it is the wrong path, but they don't always spawn. Also, Halt gives you a large head start. To tell the wrong paths, see these lockers and chests blocking the broken part. It will look something like this. If you go down the wrong path, turn around and try to get near Halt. Once he tells you to turn around, dart for the junction ignoring Halt's warning, then turn onto the correct path the moment you reach the junction. Now let's talk about Figure. Around door 110, Figure will drop down, but you don't have to worry about him yet. Then at door 120 he will spawn like this. What you need to do here is run around to lure him to the door. Don't worry, he can't make it through. Then follow him as he goes. Once you reach here, stop and wait. Let him go and see which path he goes down. Then go down the opposite path to the door. Be careful as dupe can also spawn here. Now let's touch up on some of the looting here. You can find lock picks. These can be used as a replacement for a fuse or can open locked lockers and chests, giving goodish items. You will also be able to find these garden rooms. There are also normal rooms overgrown by plants. Both of these rooms have a chance of spawning shears in these single door closets. These can be used to open vine chests for good items. These also have a chance of spawning here. Now let's get to the first Seek chase. This chase will start at door 142, with eyes spawning before it. You will need to jump in this chase. You need to time your jumps perfectly or you will fall and die. If you are struggling with the timing, you can look down to see when to jump. You will need to follow the guiding light. Follow the direction of the wind. If you can't see the wind, you need to go straight. This will continue till door 146 when this will happen. You can lean left with the A and right with the D key. You can also crouch with Shift. You will need to have quick reaction time to lean as you see the turn. You can lean early and hold down to keep leaning till the turn. If you start to see red, that means you're leaning too much and Seek is catching up to you. There are also these 3-way sections. Don't lean at all to go straight. This will end at door 149. And you will enter the nest. This part is a cutscene. It will auto-lean your minecart here. Here you will auto-run. You need to press this button to start door 150. Ignore this, it's a bug. Also an entity that can spawn anywhere in the game, but I mostly find here is Louis. You can give him an item and he will give you another item of about the same value. Like here I gave him a high value item, laser, and he gave me a skull key. This is basically a lockpick in the mines. And if I give him a lighter instead, he gives me bread. He can also give cheese. Both of these items heal you. He will go away after 2 trades. He also sometimes gives you the green soda. This makes everything look green and also gives you night vision. health and a small temporary speed boost. If you give him a crucifix, he will be crucified and give you a lot of good items. You will be given a code, and you will hear a ping from the computer to the anchor. On top of this, if you are close to it, input the code, pull this lever to conform it. Then it will automatically move you to the next anchor. Shears are very useful here, unlocking many shortcuts, and also chests here often give you crucifixes. Here is an updated map of the nest. There are 2 floors. This is intractable on the Doors wiki. Here is a link to it. I'll tell you the important parts here, being the Death Wish Tunnel, never go here. And these are the 4 possible locations of staircases. There's also an Anchor C location here, where the grumbles can actively get you as you're inputting the code. Try to be fast here. There are also these number sticky notes. You need to do this math operation to every number. For example, here the first number is 9, and the sticky note is -2, and 9 minus 2 is 7. So let's type 7, and 9 appears on the screen. That means it's correct. If the answer goes negative, reset it to 9. For example, 1 minus 2 is -1, but we reset it to 9, so it goes 1, 0, and then 9. The last anchor has a broken screen, however it's still quite easy to see the numbers. You will know if you entered it correctly, as it will exit you out of the anchors. Now let's get to the grumbles. There are 2 types of them, normal and queen grumbles. Queen grumbles have a scar on their forehead and are very fast. A crucifix only stuns them. Normal grumbles are only a bit faster than you, and can be killed with a crucifix. You can slow them down by shining a light on them, but lasers and glow sticks don't work for this. But this is somewhat bugged right now. If a grumble touches you, it will damage you, and should knock you away. Keyword, should. Also, this is where new grumbles spawn from. Be careful around here, as this area is very busy from grumbles spawning and despawning. Once you are done all anchors, press the button to escape the nest. And now, this is where it really gets real. From doors 151 to around 170. First, around this time you will have Jeff. You can find the waste of oxygen alarm clock and a vine-covered room with Shears chests. He sadly doesn't sell a crucifix. If you want with your extra gold, you can buy a battery and bandage pack even if you already have one. This will just fill it up more, but you can only do this once. Also, one quick note, at door 152 where Jeff used to spawn, rush or ambush will always spawn here, being very delayed most times. You are likely to encounter ambush around this time. When you hear him coming, run next to a locker, and listen for him. The moment you hear him, wait for him to pass twice. Then get out and search for another locker or a safe spot, then repeat this till he goes. If he passes only once then goes quiet, he's gone, but he doesn't always do this. Also, you can no longer hear Jupe in light rooms, so make sure to repeat the next door number in your head. Also, one more thing with Jupe, in fire damp rooms, the correct door is often highlighted like this. The generator figure, this is a separate chapter as it is more of an event than the first one. It can happen before or after the second seek chase. You will enter this room, and figure will jump out of this pipe. There are 3 important mechanics here. First is you can hide in lockers, just in case you need to get away from figure. You can outrun figure, so don't be afraid to stand and run to a locker. And most importantly, you can hear guiding lights shimmer near fuses. Now here is the route you should use. First go left, scanning all the lockers and drawers for fuses. When you hear one, open the locker and get it. If figure runs towards it, try and get away from the locker, like to the side, as he will run for only the locker, and get ready to hide if possible. Then, once you've scanned all of them, go back to the door and wait for figure to start going left. Then head over to this crawl space, get in here and you will see a generator. Wait for figure to come back and go away again, and then scan all the lockers here. It's better to try and get under the crawl space if he hears it and it's close. You can skip this door completely if you have 2 lock picks. Once you're done, power up the generator and go for the button, then press it, exit the room. Now it's time for the second seek chase. This is mostly a break now. Here, use the same technique as you mastered in floor 1 to see where the door is. Now here, run towards the middle until grumble drops down, then run the other way. Now you're entering the tunnels. These doors require 3 presses of E to open. I recommend just spamming it. To see which way to go, just follow the direction the guiding light is going. After a bit of this you will go down here, leaving the second chase. Now this is the hardest part. The last 10 or so rooms. Think of the greenhouse, now make rush spawn twice as much, and also make I spawn basically every room, now add rooms with no closets close, now add ambush, now add giggles, everywhere. Now add really fast hide, now add the gloom bats, now make dupe not obvious. And now you've got the last 10 doors of the mines, though of course there's no snares and the lights do flicker. Here the main issue is not being able to find a closet. Whenever you open a door there is often a closet right next to it. Once you open that door go for that closet. Also crucifixes and vitamins are a help here, but don't always hold it out cause you could accidentally use it on eyes, giggles or dupe. If you are about to enter a closet and rush is right behind you and you have the crucifix out, do not enter the closet. Entering the closet will equip the crucifix causing you to die to rush while you are entering the closet. If you got in early with ambush and hide is about to kick you out, jump out and equip the crucifix if you have one. If hide kicks you out it will take you a few seconds to get up. And you can't equip the crucifix until you get up, leaving you vulnerable to ambush. Also do make sure to check for giggles above anywhere you walk, they can catch you off guard here. Laser pointers are good here as gloombats spawn almost every room now. Now, it's finally time, yes it's time for the final boss, Damn Seek. You will need to pull levers to lower Damn Seek, also you can't jump over these anymore. You will need to cross these debris to make it to them. There are 3 phases, this is the first one. Here Seek will only throw these hands at you, to not eat them. Simply move through them, they will damage you and knock you into the sludge if you get hit. Now we are at the second phase. First go down here and pull this valve, go through this path and jump over the pipe to get to this valve, then go back this way to make it to this valve. Then cross the sludge again to make it to this valve. In phase 2 these sludges will spawn, just don't get close to them, else they will kill you. Now go down to the third phase, pull this lever, this is the route. I'll explain the Seek worms of this level till then, they will constantly come towards you, just keep moving to avoid you. Also if you ever fall in the sludge you will start to take damage. Do your absolute best to get out. You can also look for bandages in lockers here. If you have a crucifix, hold it out here. If Seek launches an attack at you the crucifix will not only stop the attack but also stun Seek, but it can't do anything if you fall in the sludge. Now just make this the last jump. Wait no. What the fuck? Okay, you should wait for the sludge to rise, then take the jump. After that you will have to pull the lever on a generator, but you don't have to find the fuses. Then walk up the stairs and through a gate then up a ladder, and once you do, you beat doors. Thanks for watching, and why not see this video next?